Okay, guys, so this lockdown has now been eased here in the UK for the past 1 week or so. So non-essential services have been allowed to reopen and trade, strictly on a takeaway basis, only for at least for certain shops, restaurants, cafes, and bars. And there's one place that still remains closed, and for me, that is quite annoying. That is the gym. Now, I am an avid gym goer. I normally go to the gym at least 5 to 6 times a week, and I do find it's very beneficial, of course, for my overall health, and it's also very beneficial for my mental health as well. And I know that many people are going through the same thing as well. Recently, I was watching a few YouTube podcasts, and certain YouTubers who are former and or current athletes who own a gym wherever they are in the world, they've had correspondences and texts from their customers and their gym members saying that they really, really want the gym to be reopened. Please, please open the gym. I am going out of my mind here. I've now turned to drugs, doing a whole bag of cocaine in the past 2 weeks now because my mental health is all over the place, and the gym really was just one of the best things for me. It just at least to get myself started for the day. So yeah, I do appreciate that many people do feel that way, and I can also appreciate. And this is an argument which is being made for gyms to be closed as to why you don't even need the gym in the first place. Um, Not everyone's circumstances will be the same. Not everyone's going to be privileged enough to be able to work out at home if they've got a house big enough to set up, their own equipment to bench press or to even have a treadmill in their home or whatever. Not everyone has a garden big enough to do that sort of activity. I know many people have improvised and have gotten away with that because they're lucky enough to have the room to do that. But there are still many other people that don't have that. I am one of them. So I do prefer going to the gym for a workout. So currently now, to improvise, what I do now on a daily basis while the gyms are still closed, is to go for a long walk or run, or go to the park to skip, or I may do a few high jumps here in the house and a few push-ups just to keep myself fit. And of course, watch what I eat. But I do keep myself very active as much as I can throughout the whole day because I am a courier, so I do find myself sat behind the wheel of my car for hours and hours and hours throughout the day. So there are arguments as to why the gyms should be kept closed, and there are arguments as to why the gyms should be reopened. And if they are reopened, of course, there are certain safety procedures that should be put in place to help minimize the spread of the infection. Now, the argument to keep the gym closed, I can understand. I can understand both arguments. Now, the first argument as to why gyms should remain closed whilst this pandemic is still currently still while the virus is still very much present in the global society, is that, well, unfortunately, the in the gym we have lots of hard surfaces, and recent recent scientific study has suggested that the virus. I apologize, but there's some road work going on outside my house, so please bear with me if you do hear some noise. Um, the virus can survive on hard surfaces for approximately 48 to 72 hours. And of course, in the gym, if you're an average gym goer, you'll know that in the gym there's plenty of hard surfaces from floor to ceiling. So, that I understand that is the gym is a perfect breeding ground for something like the coronavirus, for it to stay there, to live there, and to be spread easily from person to person. Not just that, but you also have the fact that whoever's carrying the virus, even those who don't even know, they can spread it through coughing, sneezing, and also through heavy breathing and just having a mere conversation with someone else that's nearby. And of course, again with the surfaces, whilst people are working out there, they'll be sweating, touching their faces, touching the benches, the bars, and the equipment, whatever it is. And I do know that in the gym, that many people are not that hygienic. They are not going to wipe down the equipment before even after they're done with the equipment. So that argument I can understand. But if you look at the flip side, the argument to have the gyms reopen, you can do just that. But you can do that by putting certain safety implementations and measures in place. Likewise, in the supermarkets, which is one of the places that was allowed to remain open to the public. At the supermarket, you can what they've done is to make people queue up outside just to make sure that at any one time there isn't a certain number of people whereby it's too crowded inside the supermarket at any given time. You can do that in the gym also. You can also make sure that the gym people wear masks before they go in there and keep the mask on up until they finish their workout, change, whatever. But keep the mask on until they leave the premises. That can be done at least to reduce the spread of infection, and to to reduce the spread of infection within the gym there. And also there's the argument about the economic implications as well, because whilst the gym is closed, the business is losing money. They're not making any money at all. And there's also other things such as paying their staff and paying their personal trainers that work there, because I know for many people who work in that sort of industry, that is their sole source of income. So I know that they're going to be very, very financially, they'll be very hurt by what's going on at the moment. And likewise, many clients, of course, who are also in the same situation, maybe not working in the same industry. If they're not working, they're not earning any money, so they can't afford to pay their personal trainers for a session at all. I'm one of the lucky ones, so the sort of industry I work in, logistics, there's always work because people are working from home. People are having to stay at home, so anything they need, because many businesses have now actually closed their stores temporarily. They're now trading online. So of course for me, that I can still work. Luckily, I'm not in that situation, so I count myself to be lucky and blessed. But I know for many people that is not the situation. So it's like a horrible cycle for some people, really. So yeah, I mean, this having the gym being reopened with certain safety measures in place has been done elsewhere around the world. It's been done in the USA, Japan, and other parts of the Far East, and right across the world. So I don't know why it's not being done here in the UK. In the supermarkets, again, they put demarcations around the areas where people will be paying for their stuff, just to protect especially the staff members who have to be sat there and handle the transaction while people are paying for their stuff and leaving. So if it can be done, that certainly it can be done in the gym. Of course, if you're really adamant to go for a workout like I am, then I'm sure you'll be happy to wait. At least if you leave your house, leave wherever you live early enough, just to make time for the short delay that you're going to meet when you get to the gym. It shouldn't be a problem for you. So yeah, I don't think there's much else I'm going to say in this video part except for that. I do hope they do open the gym soon. Although I've heard from some people, like my kickboxing coach, that the gyms, not just the gym that I go to, but many gyms right across the UK may not be open until the October-November time of this year. But again, when I do go back to the point that I made about the business losing money. So I'm not sure. I'm hoping that will not be the case, and definitely they'll reopen the gyms soon, or much sooner before that time, because again, it's really bad business for them. A lot of their staff will be losing money, and unfortunately, potentially the business could even fold. I'm sure that many people will not like that at all. So yeah, if you enjoyed that video, guys, please leave a like, and please don't forget to subscribe. And you can follow me on Instagram at IcoJarko1, and on Twitter and Facebook. My name is IcoJarko on Facebook and Twitter. Thanks.